Everton 3, Watford 2 reaction. I I would have taken a draw in this game. I thought, looking at Watford's trajectory after they brought in, I think his name is Craig Pearson. I thought, they kind of stabilized. They've been picking up points. Well, I don't know if they've been picking up points, but they've been playing better. They had climbed out of the relegation zone. I thought. I think their last loss was to Villa. All the news reports were that the players were playing the kind of ball they liked, that they're accustomed to, and that they're on the up and up. And really felt like we were going to get spanked because I think the reverse fixture, we went up 1-0 really quickly and just held on, toward the end. And I just remember their midfield bossing us. And I think there was a cup game we had with them earlier this season, and we kind of handled them there, but they have since changed their form. So first half, this game, I thought I wasn't as mad about the first half as I saw um, some people on social media. I mean, the first goal, actually, yeah, I can thinking back at it now, I can see because even myself, I was a little angry at that first goal because it just came from a long ball to the left for them, and Delafeo comes flying in, and he's running into what little space he has there, and I can clearly see a guy to his right that it felt like we had 2-on-1, and I was like, is anybody gonna cover this guy that's just wide open, that's gonna streak into the box? And no, nobody goes over to him, and he goes and scores. So that was kind of a dumb goal. Felt like we could have dealt with that better. The second one was definitely garbage defense from us. It's just like uh, the guys just thought they were gonna, I guess, the ball's bouncing around in midfield a little bit, and we're like, it'll eventually come to us. It never does, and they eventually stick it in the back of our net. I forget who scored for them, but Pereira, who he was a little annoying to me today. Uh, anyway, yeah, he scores, and then it's 2-0, and I just kind of thought, man, this game's probably over. I shouldn't even wish for a draw, but Yerel Mina, King Yerald, uh, finally scores off of a header. The first goal he scored uh, looked like it could have been an arm ball or a chest ball at the least, but I think he heads it down. Ball's flopping around in the box right on the line, and he kicks it in. Second goal came shortly after, and that was a straight up just free header that he hit straight to the ground, and the goalie just couldn't get to it over on the side. And I couldn't believe it was 2-2. I was just jumping up and down in the house, just happy to be back level, and it was good. I mean, that half, I don't think we got played off the park really, despite our midfield not being that great. I thought there were times in the first half where we had possession, and where if we were just more lethal in the third, in the final third, we would have probably had some more chances on goal. It's just like, straight pass here, straight pass there. That last pass, as always eludes us, and it made it seem like we were more toothless than we actually were. I thought, there were, like I said, stretches in that first half where, despite the score, and despite before the score, we were kind of comparable to them, as far as possession. Maybe the actual stats will say different, but that's just how it felt to me. Um, and then the second half, we definitely came out on the front foot, tied 2-2. I felt like we were the better team at first. Uh, then, about 70 minutes in, Fabian Delph gets his second yellow card. He's off, and it was a stupid challenge. I thought it was harsh, the yellow card, because from our broadcast here in the States, it just looked like he kind of nipped his foot in to try to take the ball off of him. You know, he did catch dude's shin a little bit, but he got the ball first. But I understand then football is kind of what happens after you get the ball matters too. It wasn't like rash though. He wasn't like coming from behind. He was kind of just playing the guy. Guy's right in front of him, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna take a nip." And I agree, he didn't have to do it, and they probably shouldn't have done it. Um, just to not give the referee a decision to make, and he did. The guy makes the most of the shin contact and goes down. The fans are hollering. The ref, was appalling all game. I don't really want to get into it, but he didn't know how to judge a foul versus not a foul. And case in point here, he gives a yellow card, and Delph's off again. It felt like he just wanted to show he had the authority to send somebody off and that he'd do it. But anyway, Delph shouldn't have done it, and it's pretty stupid. And I kind of am off of Delph now, man. He's not what we needed. I know that he came in under the auspices, or I forget the word is, but anyway, tried to use a big word there. May have messed it up. He came in under the notion that he would be a leader, and he's not really been that great. Like as far as leading, I don't think he had that bad a game. He did kind of give up. He had a subpar game, let's say. Thinking about it as I'm talking. But there were times in the second half where he made a couple runs through midfield, and I was like, oh, shoot, Delph's taking us up the park, up the pitch. And, again, final third issues. But still, he had some moments there, but his worst moment was the second yellow. So I just don't think he is what we need as far as leadership. He seems just rash. I like that he plays with emotion and everything, but he just makes those rash decisions with that emotion, and it doesn't help the team. And how can you command leadership of a group of guys when you're making the bonehead decisions? Newcastle game, he didn't get enough on the ball to get it out of the park or get it to the corner or wherever. It's not all on him, but he's definitely been part of a cluster, of errors this season for Everton. So not gonna be mad that he won't be in the next game, but whatever. Anyway, we go down to 10 men, and they're just holding on for dear life, hoping we get a point out of it. And Watford started making some changes that actually killed their momentum a little bit, which I'm glad for. And we brought on Keane, Moise Keane. We brought on Michael Keane later. We brought on Schneiderlin, I think, to sort of, as soon as Delph went off, we brought Schneiderlin on, or maybe it was Keane. Anyway, we made some defensive subs and one offensive sub, because Carlo's just trying to hold on, but whatever. All good. Holding on. Looks like we're going to at least try to get a point out of this. Decore got a couple good chances in, but whatever. And then, lo and behold, we break on a counter while they're just swarming us. Really, in the end, Richarlison goes down, slides it over to Keane, who, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say that was his intention to pass it over to Walcott. It could have been a flub shot attempt, but whatever. He gets the assist. It goes to Walcott. Walcott buries it in the corner there, from the corner at least. And then we go 3-2, and I'm just, man, I could see the crowd going crazy on the way in, and I was freaking jumping up. My kid's looking at me because he's watching cartoons on the TV, and I'm watching the game on the phone, and I'm just leaping in the air chair and lifting him up. Dog's going crazy. It was limbs here, and it was fun, man. I was just so excited about that win because it was a good way to erase that, or to get that taste out of your mouth from the last game. If we'd have lost this game, if it would have been, people would have started looking back to that Newcastle game and be like, we could have had those 3 points. And I probably would have been there too, because we don't need to be dropping points. We were really, before this game, and maybe still aren't that far from the bottom. But anyway, it was good to sort of get some of that luck of or just see your team stay in the game and not collapse, and actually be the team that sort of catches the other team asleep. Watford kind of maybe thought, let's get at these. They're at 10 men. We got on all our attackers. We got them hemmed in, and they forgot we had 3 dangerous attackers at the front line, and they ran and got him. Got him. Anyway, Walcott, I think here's my thing with Walcott. He's got pace. And so where I see a lot of Everton fans say he sucks or he's not good enough, whatever. He may not be ultimately what gets us over the hump, but it does not take a veteran football knowledge person. It even an amateur, can see that his pace puts a lot of teams off. I don't even think there's a team in the Premier League that isn't at least afraid of him burning them. And as long as he's gonna be able to do that, it don't matter how many times he flubs up the last pass because he keeps teams honest on his side sometimes. Every time, not every time, every player has like days off where they just don't even do what they're good at, do what they're good at well, but usually he's gonna get a couple good runs and he's good for that. And if every 13 tries, every 13 almost goals, we get one of them. For every 13 we get one. You just gotta take it because he's all we got right now on that side until Anthony Gordon maybe jumps in. He wasn't even on the bench today, by the way. So I'm not mad at Walcott because he's probably one of the fastest guys on the team, and you need pace. If we didn't have him, we'd be all screaming for pace, and we'd be like, oh, and when we got him, we were happy because we didn't have anybody as fast as him. And I know it was a waste of money, and he probably needs to go because of contract and wages and all that, but be thankful that we got somebody over there that at least spooks defenses. And I know it was a tap in. I know he did his thing today of usually running up and down and almost scoring or almost making the right pass or making a total wrong pass. But whatever, it's chances and we need them. You know, I'd rather see him almost score than be thinking we don't have a chance at scoring. So that's just I get off my high horse on Walcott. Just get tired of seeing everybody say he sucks all the time. But anyway, maybe next week I'll be right there with you, depending on what happens. But we're at 9th now. I don't know if we'll stay there. I mean, we definitely have another bad run coming with the big teams, but didn't bring any players in, and to get this win, I think it helps. It, like I said, we haven't lost in a while. We should have had 3 points last game, but we got 1. We got 3 this week. We're doing well for as bad as this season's been. To be where we're at, you gotta be thankful. So I'm just hyped. My man of the match is it's either Mina or Holgate. Mina for the 2 goals, but Holgate is just. Did he make one mistake? I saw him make one bad pass while he was playing midfield, or maybe he was playing center back, but he was up in the midfield trying to make plays, and he maybe made a bad pass. I know he did move to midfield toward the end of the game, but Holgate is just boss, man. Like, I'd probably just give him man of the match. Like, he didn't do anything wrong, and it was up against Troy Deeney, and I don't know who their other striker is or whatever, but whatever. Sign him, pay the man. But anyway, 3 points. Thanks for watching. Up the Toffees.